What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Big Motion.
She a natural baddie, but she still rock the waist though. Ride around the city, kicking it out the window. Don't have no plans, I just go where the wind goes. I just go where the wind blows.
Oh. It's actually New Year's Day. It's after 12. Oh my God, I'm scared. No, I'm playing. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And hit that bell notification so you can be notified when I drop these bangers. You heard that? Because I'm finna drop that banger. Yes, I am. That shit went bump right on cue, right on time. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to do a little intro about me. So suggest things for me to talk about my videos and things like that. As you know, it's journey out the trenches. And it's like, you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Why are you in the trenches? What are you doing? How did you get there? Oh no, rescue her. No, I'm good. I can rescue myself. But it's a long story. So why am I even starting this vlog? So I'm done working for other people. I'm tired of it.
I'm so exhausted.
The last job I worked at, I just took that as a sign.
You're definitely a sign though. You're definitely like one of the signs.
But you know, being the hard worker that I am, that society wants you to be, you know, they didn't do anything wrong. It didn't really quite pay enough. The better paying jobs is like either really stressful, you're compromising your morals, you're being disrespected. So it's usually those things, or it's a stressful job. So, or it can be all three collectively, and those are majority of the highest paid jobs in my opinion, from what I can see. Not even just like working for other people. Like I feel like even if you work for yourself, if you get paid over a certain amount, things come with that.
Honey child, hell no.
But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so my last job rubbed me the wrong way. Not even that they fired me. I really could care less about that. I've been fired from so many different jobs. You know, I'm here for the bag, so it's not even personal. I'm like, oh, gotta find me another job. My job let me go because they had a conversation with me through email about my timesheet, because the hours were different from what I gave them, from what their system was showing. And they asked me to explain that. I explained it respectfully, professionally. And the very first email that I received, it was just very nasty. It was very disrespectful. It was
Treat her right. Respect her.
very distasteful.
You going to hell! You so nasty!
And I responded very respectfully. I didn't make it too long. Diego, he just started talking to me crazy. Like even crazier. I'm like, bro, who pissed in your Cheerios? Who pissed in your Cheerios? Because it wasn't me. Bro was talking to me all crazy. It's just like, what's wrong with you? Like, dude, you asked me a question and I answered your question and you're not satisfied with the answer, and you're getting like more of an attitude with me, and you're just like, well, you know, asking me even more questions. And I'm like, I'm breaking it down even more. There was no BS. And what the problem was, they wanted me to clock out to use the bathroom. Not only did they want me to clock out to use the bathroom, they said it was in the handbook. I'm cool with clocking out to use the bathroom. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is you telling me it's in the handbook and you're speaking to me as if it's in the handbook, and you're speaking to me a certain type of way. So it wasn't in the handbook, so he kept sending me screenshots of the specific part in the handbook where it's supposed to say it, which it did not say it.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
it said that you need to, if you take a 15-minute break, you clock out for your break. It says if you take a 30-minute lunch, you clock out for your lunch. You get to take 15-minute breaks every 2 to 4 hours after your shift. And I drink a lot of water, so I use the bathroom quite frequently throughout the day. So, and that week, it was crazy. So I was liquid fasting that week. And Aunt Flo, she had came through the door.
What? I'm menstruating. Why is that a big deal?
Like, bro, like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you still talking to me like this? So basically, I was trying to wrap up this conversation because I saw where it was going. And it still went there anyway, because at the end of the day, like, it's only so much disrespect anyone's gonna tolerate, but especially me. And I was still respectful. I didn't disrespect anyone. But I was trying to close out the conversation. It was just a lot of back and forth and a lot of repetitiveness. It wasn't getting anywhere. And I'm looking dead at it. I literally took a picture of because I printed out the employee handbook. Yeah, I'm one of those. I printed out the employee handbook a long time ago when I first started, and I read through it.
I looked online. I read it.
I read through it every day. Yeah, that's me. That's the type of person I am. Because, like, people who don't really understand what this corporate stuff, it's like politics. They really be, it's like the government. They really be, like, wording things a certain way and not wording things a certain way. So it's like you really need to read what their rules and all the other stuff is and see the type of games that they playing, you know what I'm saying, and really understand and to learn how to maneuver, but things like that. So that's why I read the employee handbook. So if you work in that job, read that employee handbook, read and know your job description. So that way, if anybody's asking you something to do outside of your job description, if it doesn't state in your job description, then you're pretty much supposed to do whatever you're asked to do, no matter what it is, then no. You stick to your job description because you don't get paid to do it. And if you get paid, if they're asking you to do extra things, then they need to pay you extra money. So it wasn't in the handbook, and I didn't appreciate the way I was being talked to.
What was the reason?
I did not appreciate it at all. Like I said, I was being talked to disrespectful. This man was speaking to me like I was illiterate, like I was incompetent. I'm pretty sure I have a higher IQ level than that guy. That's neither here nor there. That doesn't mean anything. Just because you feel like you may be smarter than someone does not give you the right to talk to them a certain type of way. I was just explaining to him my educational background because he was not going to keep talking to me like that.
You're not my dad!
So I broke down my educational background and where I come from and things like that. Somebody else jumped in the email. Guess what the person's name who jumped in the email was? Karen. Out of all the names to have, her name is Karen. And Karen popped it off by saying a bunch of things, but what really stuck with me was she said, by far the worst timesheet review we've ever done. Right? And I responded to her, if this is the worst one you've ever done, then you need to look within, because the issue starts with you and it does not start with me type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had said to her. So, and she didn't like that. She didn't like that. She sent an even bigger paragraph. She wasn't feeling that one. So, and honestly, she tried to, I don't even know, like, it's just thinking about it. I read the email. I'm like, what does this have to do? Like, just do what you do. I'm just saying, like, okay, what I want to do, I just said, if it don't match, if my time sheet don't match the system, I said go with the system. So I don't even understand why we are still even continuing to have this conversation.
Just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
I have been said that. I said, okay, cool. If y'all want me to clock out for my break to use the restroom every time, just say that. And I'm cool with that. But do not tell me that it's in the handbook, because it's not.
Do I look like a moron?
You can just leave that part of the email out. You don't even have to say it's in the handbook. Just say you need to clock out to use the bathroom every time. You don't even have to tell a lie. Like, that was unnecessary. You didn't have to be disrespectful. You didn't have to talk to me as if I didn't comprehend. Because I comprehend very well. So, with that being said, you're not going to talk to me like that. Sister girl had the nerve to say, we working over here, period, in all caps. The word period, you know, like period. Period. Yeah, sis hit me with one of them. I'm not your homegirl. I'm not your sister.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm not your cousin. I'm not your mother. I'm not your auntie. I'm not no girl you met off the street. We are in a business setting.
Harry. It's Mr. Osborne. We're not friends.
Address me as such. You got me f***ed up. Being the person that I am, I was actually offended. I was racially offended. I felt like this woman was trying to appropriate the culture. I'm not sure why she felt comfortable enough to use a colloquialism not from her own culture.
Please refrain from saying things like preach or go girl, bye Felicia, ratchet, or any other colloquialisms that you may have heard or looked up on Urban Dictionary.
To even address me, but why are you even addressing me like that in this setting? Like, we are in a professional email environment.
And I don't like any of you.
Like, ma'am, I don't know, because you seen that I'm a melanated being and you felt like you was looking at one of the Instagram models and you was talking to one of them, because I know I look that good, you know what I'm saying? But boo, don't ever talk to me like that. If we work together and you ain't my melanated peoples, like, you shouldn't even be feeling comfortable enough to be saying period. So I hit her with one of these, and you know they let me go after this one. Basically, I told her, you all are very disrespectful. I never once was disrespectful. I never once was rude. You all spoke to me like I did not comprehend or understand. Not only that, you lied about what's in the employee handbook and then tried to tell me something is there that is not.
Do I look like a moron?
You're speaking to me unprofessionally. This could be looked at as harassment. And I use some other racial term. I forgot what it is in the corporate world for, like, saying like racial slurs because of somebody, you know, you say someone is from like Mexico and you say like some shit that's related to, you know, the like type shit. I forgot what that's. It took a while to get a response back. Because if I ever seen you in real life, you would never talk to me like that. And you know that. So that's why you gotta get on a keyboard and you gotta disrespect people to make yourself feel like something. You're gonna feel like that for the rest of your life, and I'm not. But with that being said, yeah, that's what I'm like, I'm not going back to no jobs after that.
You want to know what? No, I am going to leave.
Let's talk about how I ended up in the trenches just a little bit. We ain't gonna go that deep. But I did have my own house. I got it after I graduated hair school. And I sold it probably like a year or two after my mom passed away. She passed away back in 2016. Still feel like yesterday. And like before that, a bunch of things had already went on in my house, and it just, like, if you know anything about energy, things hold energy. The more you're in spaces or you're standing on top of something, or like you're holding something and you use it, the more of whatever energy is around it, it absorbs it. And I just felt like after a certain point, so many like negative things, like really negative things happened in my home that it just harvested negative energy. And it was like, it just felt like no matter what I was doing, I just could not elevate my frequency. Like I saged the pasta, I like cleaned it with bleach, I literally did everything you can imagine, like meditation, and it's like I was getting better, but it's just like something would not let me go, let my energy, like, you know, it would just be some other shit. So I don't know. It could have been other things too. It was just, but that's, I believe that how it's just harvested and held on to a lot of the negative energy, because there was a lot of negative things that happened in the house, more than good things, I will say. But they were all learning lessons. But I always used to feel like somebody was standing outside watching me, and I always would feel like somebody, like a spirit, was in the house, because it would just all type of shit. Like, and people have been there, like when shit move and all this other shit, like other people, so they know, and they just be like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah," like. And it wasn't like that at first when I first moved into the house. It kind of like years, and then all this other shit. Like, then I'd be there and shit be moving, the doors open, and shit just falling from way off the counter that ain't nowhere near to be falling. Like, all type of shit. But I'm not, you know, I'm a spiritual gangster. I had to get the fuck.
I gotta go.
Okay, and I've been there a good little minute. I always be on track with my finances when I do not work for the other company. So next, like I said, my mom passed real late at night. I'll never forget that day. We was in the hospital the day of the accident, and then all the way up to afterwards. So many things happened. That whole situation with my mom ended up dying in the hospital like 2 weeks after we got in a car accident. It changed me in so many different ways. Only one person knows that. I haven't talked to nobody about it, but happy holidays to you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I drop bangers.